Welcome back. We are chatting with one of my favorite guests. We've had, about a year or so together now that we've been having chats on this program. It is always a pleasure to welcome back Christine Stenquist, activist and advocate, and now candidate for state legislature. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Let's talk about what your plan is like, and I'm really intrigued because you're someone who is new to this process of seeking elective office, and so I kind of feel a kinship of, well, I feel like I could maybe relate to what Christine's going through more so than someone else who's been through multiple candidacies and campaigns. Talk a little bit about how things are as we stand here in June and what your next 3-4 months looks like.
Well, I'm not a politician, that's for sure. So going into this, I didn't have that expertise, that polishedness, the poli-sci degree or any of it. But that's not why I wanted to run for office. I wasn't running to office to be a polished candidate.
Right.
I was running for office to be the voice of constituents. And so it's important for me to stay connected to them and be them and still be who they are. I mean, it's important to do that. So for us in our campaign, we're doing lots of grassroots stuff. We're doing lots of parades, lots of events, making sure we're just getting out where families are, getting to the park events, getting to the free concerts so that they know, hey, your voice is being heard. I'm trying to get to where they are and hear the dialogue that's going on for them, because many people don't know where the Capitol is. And so it's true. So,
but that's okay because they've
is.
got you.
And I think the role of a legislator is to be out in the community and to hear the concerns that are going on there and then bring their voice, their concerns. I want to be their amplifier, their bullhorn, if you will, to the legislator and say, this is what's going on in my district. These are our concerns. And I feel like I can do that. I feel I can do it in a genuine way.
Have there been some surprises in terms of the conversations that you've had, things that people have said to you, or ways that people have reacted to you in learning and finding out more about you?
There's a big shift happening in Utah. Politically speaking, people don't want politicians. They want average Joes. They want their neighbor in there because they feel like their neighbor's going to do a good job for them. So what I'm hearing is when I get into the schools or when I've gone to the women's abuse shelter, they're so excited to see me. They're so excited that I'm there. They're like, thank you for coming. We have invited others to come and you're one of the first ones that have ever showed up.
Really?
That's important to me, that you keep that connection. And I feel like so many of our legislators have gotten disconnected. And so I'm hoping that we bring that back to them. I hope that they do feel that they can reach out to me. I answer every email I get, every phone call I get, and I want to continue that. I want to keep raising awareness on their behalf.
And talk a little bit about the prospective nature, and obviously it's still relatively early in campaign season, but talk about the difference between advocacy, which you have had some real experience with now, and the idea of advocating, but also being in a contest and having just the concept of opponent, other people out there that you're racing or scoring against or all of those kinds of things.
Whereas before it was like, if you will, advocacy was like golf. You were only competing with yourself. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
that's all I was doing was just competing with myself, how much I could do and get to where. Now it's a team sport. It's more like football. Like it's going to take a community. It's going to take an actual team to make this happen. And we are competing about who can get across the finish line with their best ideas and with the most sincerity. And that's what it's going to take. And it's going to take engaging the community, going through those same advocacy networks, still doing a grassroots campaign, getting down on those phones, spending lots of time on phones, lots of time on front door steps, getting those one-to-one conversations to happen.
And are you in the flow now? Is it still a little bit of an adjustment to say, wow, I'm a candidate?
It is an adjustment in the sense that I'm still an advocate.
Right.
Medical cannabis is still important to me, and I'm working on the federal level on it. And so that is a big part of my basket too. So doing both, it's challenging, but oh boy, do I love it. I really, truly, truly love it. Just knowing that there's a chance to work on some serious legislation to change people's lives for the better, that's powerful. And I would be honored to be able to try to do that for our district.
And I'm guessing that being able to get into multiple issues and have a variety of responsibilities and opportunities as a legislator must be an exciting thought.
It is, because I do have other concerns. I mean, I am concerned about education. I am concerned about our healthcare crisis, and those need to be addressed. Those issues definitely need to be addressed, and so I'm ready to get my hands in there and tackle some of those issues. I mean, I figured if I could take on a big issue like MedC, I can take on education, healthcare, bipartisanship, partisan politics, and ending that. There's a lot of things that we still need to do in this state. I love this state. It's a beautiful, great state, and I want to help preserve it. But I also want to make sure that everybody's voice is getting heard and everybody's voice is represented on the Hill. Currently, we don't have enough women in office. We have 51% of the population, and there's less than 15% of us on the Hill. That's wrong. And there needs to be more representation of that throughout the state, throughout all the districts. We need a balance going on. We can't just have one heavily leaning Republican state when that's not indicative of our true politics throughout the state. So we push on.
Indeed. Tell folks where they can find out more about you, about your issues that you care about, and the campaign in general.
Sure. You can find us on Facebook right now. We do have a Twitter account and an Instagram. You can locate us on our website, which is going through a major change right now at www.christineforutah.com. And on there, if you go on, you can sign up to volunteer. You can come join us in our parades, tabling events. Just come have fun with us. I mean, it's a learning experience. That's everything I did with Truce and that organization I'm employing here. We're going to learn how politics really works in this state on our campaign, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, it's always wonderful to see you. Thank you for being an inspiration, not only to me, but to so many others. And I just send you tons of energy. I know you're working very hard, and especially in the context of where you've come from with your previous health issues. It's a thrill to see you engaged, and your eyes are bright, and we just look for more great stuff from you. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Terry.
Good to see you.
You too, honey.
Christine Stenquist, to find out more, look her up on Facebook and christineforutah.com. We're going to take a break. We still have lots to go in this show, so we're keeping things moving. We'll do some weather and, of course, more with Robin Cage. After this, please stay tuned.